Okay, here's a reminder how to graph in slope-intercept form, because this one we've been doing is when we've been finding x and y intercepts. So to graph this one, remember that 1 is your y-intercept. So you go over to the y-axis and you find 1 and plot it. From there, you need to know the slope, the rise over the run. So right here is our slope, and it says 2, and if it's not a fraction, you're going to go ahead and draw a line and put a 1 underneath it, because there is an invisible 1 under there. So the slope, the top number is how much it goes up or down. Since it's positive, it goes up 2. Then it always goes to the right. Right 1. You come over here, start at the y-intercept, and you go up 2 over 1. Up 1, 2, over 1. We put a dot, so up 2 over 1. Up 1, 2, over 1. Up 1, 2, over 1. Up 1, 2, over 1. Now, if you want to go the opposite direction, yes, you can go ahead and just get a ruler or a straight edge here. But you can also go down 1, 2, and over 1. So in other words, you do the opposite of what's here. Down 2, over 1. All right, and grabbing my ruler. Just like the other one, you are definitely allowed to go ahead and just connect these. Now, I'm making a note. I was about to connect them. Is it a dashed or solid? Well, since there's not an equal sign under it, none of the points on that line are going to be equal to it, so I'm going to draw it with a dash line. Okay, I got my dash line. Now that I have that, the cool thing about this is I will do a test point, but when it's in this form, it does tell you which way to shade. So I want to test for 0, 0, which is awfully close right there. But right here, this says less than. I look at my y-axis, and that means I shade all the numbers that are lower, right? I shade underneath. Now, I'm just going to kind of lightly do that, but I'm going to test it to make sure. This should be true if that's the case. So I go 0, 0. I plug that in here. I plug a 0 in for the y and a 0 in for the x. So 0 is less than 2 times 0 is 0, so 0 is less than 1. That's definitely true. So it follows our thinking here. And I can go ahead and I can shade, because all of these points are solutions. 0, 0 is a solution. 2, -4 is a solution. All of those are solutions. Now for this other one, we graph the way you guys know. So I'll move a little bit faster. I want to know what's my x-intercept. So I'm going to go ahead and say 4x equals 8. I solve for x, and I get 2. I'm going to plot this with another color. I believe this is working. So I'm going to go ahead right there, put a dot on 2. All right, now I want to know what's my y. So I want to make sure to include this negative. The minus is like a negative. -2y equals 8. And again, that inequality's there. I'm just treating it like an equal sign for now. Okay, opposite of multiplying by -2 is dividing by -2. And I'm getting y is -4. So when x is 0, y is -4. I'm going to plot that on my y-axis. Go down to -4, have that. Now, should this be solid or should this be dashed? I come over here, it's greater than or equal to. So it is equal to all the lines on here. I'm going to go ahead and have a solid. All right, now which way do I shade? This one, you can't always tell from that. So we are going to do our test point at 0, 0 again. So I'll go ahead and do that test at 0, 0. Okay, and we're going to go, I plug a 0 in here, a 0 in here, and I get 0 is greater than or equal to 8. That is definitely not true. Okay, false. And that means we go away. And again, true, we always go towards. So false, we go away, meaning this can't be a solution, nothing over here. So I shade this direction. And for this one above, just so you're looking, when you did this in class, we said, hey, you know what? There's no solution because they never overlap. This inequality goes this way. This inequality goes this way. They never cross. So there's no place where they overlap. If I look at this, do the solution set of these inequalities share any points? Yes, they share all of these, right? Where they both have the shading together. So yes. We could say they overlap. Lap on the graph. Okay, cool. If they share points, list 3. Okay, so I'm gonna find 3 points here. Let's see if this one's working. No. Okay, I'm gonna pick 3 points that work here. It looks like this is a common point. This is a common point. I mean, we could pick all the points on here, and this is another point. Okay, so 3 points. 5, 0 is 1 point that works. 3, -5, and 6, -9. Of course, you can pick any of these points where they overlap.